and gluey. Enough. Cthulhu, Ryle, Waknag, Ftogin. Okay, sorry, I got the stuff out of my throat. Ready to begin.
It's pronounced Cthulhu.
Welcome to Reshoot, amateurs in no suits. Too many movies to explore. Ruthie, Hector, and Ed, laughter till the end. Let's see something never done before. No. You sound like you're Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Welcome to Reshoot, everyone, where we've already lost our minds. We also fix bad movies, or just fix movies in general.
2022. Let's try 2020 a second time over.
2022 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, 2022. It's not 2022, it's 2022. Electric
2022.
Yeah.
We have a chance. We can make it better.
Merry New Year, Happy Christmas.
Happy Crisis.
Guys, it's January 1st.
All the other holidays. I don't know the names.
I don't want to hear any more Christmas stuff for quite a long time.
What about Three Kings Day?
That's different.
Tres
Reyes. That's fun.
Okay.
And,
I need to throw some grass outside on a box so the camels can eat.
Wait, that's
a thing.
Yes, that's a
I'm
thing.
So excited.
Instead of leaving cookies for your stupid white fat friend, we leave grass for the camels.
Okay, when I was a kid, my dad had us leave out carrots as well as the cookies so that the reindeer could have snacks.
It's the same idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he'd nibble on it, like on the side, so it'd be proof that the reindeer showed up.
Yes.
All right.
Hector, tell us about your movie pick.
Hector.
Yes, Ed and Ruthie. The movie that I for sure picked 100%.
Was not shenanigans.
I picked the last Lovecraft, Relic of Cthulhu. So what happens in this movie is that there's a relic that'll awaken Cthulhu, and it's in two parts. So the bad guys found the first part, and Miskatonic University?
Miskatonic.
I would say it wrong. Miskatonic University has the second part.
And they're the good guys.
And they're trying to give it to the main dude whose name is, I want to say Jeff? Yes, Jeff. But Jeff is like not a nerd. He's almost the opposite of Lovecraft. Because he's not nerdy. His friend Charlie is. So he works in an office job selling baskets.
It's like a gift delivery service.
Yeah. And then Charlie writes comic books also at the time. As a side job, sorry.
It's his like side hustle, right?
Yeah. So they go to their house, and then bam, this professor's there who's like, hey, Jeff, you're this last heir to Lovecraft, which was a secret. We need you to take this relic and hide it. At first, Jeff doesn't believe it until a star spawn comes and starts killing the professor.
It's the star spawn, isn't it?
The star spawn, yeah. So they run and they go see Paul, who is a super giga nerd.
Best character in the movie.
Best character in the movie. Him and another character I'll mention later. And after getting him to believe them, because he's like, oh, it's a fake relic, this thing isn't actually real, as cool as it would be. Once he believes them, it's like, oh, okay, cool, I know where to go. We had to go find a Captain Olaf. Yes, Captain Olaf. And he lives in the middle of the desert because he survived a sea encounter from these guys. And Ruthie did not vet this movie before picking it.
Nope.
Which is hilarious. So they go on a road trip. Shenanigans happen. Paul gets kidnapped for a little bit, but then he escapes.
Breaks both of his arms,
which is funny because Jeff used to bully him and broke both of his arms. Jeff and Charlie go meet Captain Olaf, whose encounter was that he was assaulted. This is a thing I'm gonna fix. He was assaulted by Cthulhu or by a fish.
Yeah, he just says it's a general fish.
Yeah, but it's probably a Cthulhu thing because there's fish people in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sexually assaulted.
Yes, but I thought it was obvious.
Oh.
They all have a big last stand. Also, like a Captain Olaf has a fish merman friend named Gary, who he leaves in he leaves them in like a pool of what
Oh.
looks to be piss
and
because it's like
an
brownish
Salt
yellow
water.
yeah, it's salt water, but it's like an inflatable kiddie pool.
in the back of like an RV,
Yeah.
like inside.
I forgot about Gary.
How could you forget about Gary?
Fucking Gary's the best, dude.
Oh.
Love Gary. So he dies. They don't get him. Charlie kills him by accident.
By pouring fresh water over him.
Drowns him in fresh
He doesn't
water.
drown him. He just puts him there, and then like it's just the hand, but that's not even enough. And then they fight off. Captain Olaf dies. The 3 survive. Charlie writes his comic book, and then it's like, oh, the university wants this, and Jeff's all of a sudden cool now because he was like a lame kind of like unconfident guy who wanted to get this girl but didn't even ask her out. And in a surprising twist, he doesn't even talk to her at the end. She was just there for that one scene. That was,
That's
I think,
right. Forgot about the girl too.
yeah. And then they all, I guess they're all working for the university now because like, yeah, there's another relic, and they go to the Mountains of Madness, which Ruthie really hated because she loves that story and she hates that she thought they might do an adaptation of it.
Yeah, it kind of felt like a sequel bait, you know?
Yeah.
Also, Paul had a grandma who they gave each other like just shit talked each other.
Also best character.
Best
in the
character.
movie.
It was, yeah, but yeah, Olaf, grandma were the best characters in the movie.
For you. For me, it was Paul and his grandma.
Yeah, Paul too, but yeah. And I think that's
Oh.
everything.
We had a cameo also.
Oh yeah, I knew you were gonna reference. I saw, so I'm like, oh yeah,
The guy with the glasses. He's in Silicon Valley. He's also a teacher in the new Spider-Mans.
I knew.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I know his face. And then
He's
checked.
Paul's friend, who I think Paul dungeon masters for him, which is
You
like,
opened the mask without me?
yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, like what's really weird to see is that he had his like hairdo and like glasses was all Silicon Valley, because Silicon Valley was still going on at this time, where he wasn't as known as an actor.
The glasses are very similar to the Spider-Man trilogy, but his hair was definitely really different.
Yeah, I know, but I think the glasses are like what he actually needs to see.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because yeah, I've seen people with those kind of glasses where it like blows up their eyes, like makes their eyes much bigger. He's probably legally blind without glasses.
Probably.
But yeah, it was really funny seeing him and just like how much better of an actor he was than everybody else.
The line that he dropped with like, I think your grandma dropped LSD in the breast milk she offered me.
Yeah.
The one line that like I feel bad for laughing at was like,
breast milk.
is like, he's like, hey, your grandma called me the F slur, although he says the full-on word. God, that's pretty anti-PC, bro. And like, I don't know.
That was his best line.
Like, oh man, this isn't my usual kind of movie, but God, it was really funny.
Yeah.
The best part is Ruthie did this to mess with me and Ed, but
And
we
it
both
backfired.
liked it. We both liked it. She hated like every minute of it.
I hate the beginning like half, except for the grandma scene, and then the second half it comes around back to being a good bad movie. Okay.
It's really funny. Problem is though, to fix it, I had to become someone else. I was basically
We had to engage in a
But what
dark-
is there to fix?
I just changed a few jokes. I tried my
Yeah.
hand at fixing some stuff I thought could be a little funnier, tweaked a little.
I just changed some stuff for shits and giggles.
Also Jeff, God, he was fucking boring.
He felt like a mannequin. Like,
I get he's an audience surrogate, but like you could do it more interesting.
yeah.
That's true.
All right, so let me get on to
Yeah.
can I start?
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
So, likes. The movie was actually funny. I wasn't expecting it to be like as funny as it was. I actually laughed out loud quite a few times. Not just because another like Ruthie's reaction to the movie made my night. There was a few scenes she was just like cringing like painfully.
I don't have a high cringe tolerance.
It's not even that cringy, it's just the jokes are just like not her thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the office cubicle scene, that was
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting choice though for Charlie when he mentions him having a girl in bed. He was like eating her out.
yeah.
Like good on that part. Not good on like, oh, it's a collectible. Ruthie was really cringing at
little
that scene.
model falls on the girl's head. He's like,
he's like,
wait,
more
be
Yeah, it
careful
was-
with that. It's collectible. She's
Yeah,
like,
and
what about my head?
it was like a pointy like dragon too,
Yeah.
and it like went straight for her eye.
Ruthie just got respect.
Yeah, it's funny how
Respect
the
merch.
the normal dude is the one that can't get girls, and the nerdy one is the one that can.
Well, the one who got the girl is the writer for the movie, so
Oh, okay.
He also produced it.
Yeah. But he didn't direct. He did
No.
not direct it.
Some of the characters were actually pretty fun. Paul and Captain Olaf were obviously the best.
Yeah.
And Grandma, but she was so short it felt more like a fun cameo kind of deal. Also, there were like songs in the end credits that they made up, like just describe parts of the story. Like I listened to two of them; they were pretty fun. That was like a really. I wish more movies did stuff like that. The pacing was okay in a few moments, but it was a little weird. But it's fine. Also, the creature designs. Holy shit, you guys!
yeah, especially the ones that were it didn't rely on a lot of CG. They did do like really good practical for most of them.
I mean,
What's CG?
the blood splatters for some.
Also, the tentacles on the bus or
Oh
on the
yeah.
RV at the end.
Yeah.
They wasn't it's not bad. I'm just saying I liked the practical effects more, with the exception of the dog fish at the beach.
Oh
The
yeah.
monster.
That was a practical effect.
I know it was a practical effect. I'm saying it looked derpy as shit.
Oh, I loved how derpy it looked. It felt like a classic B movie. I loved it, but that's
Was
fair.
that a dogfish or was that just one of the fish people?
Well, it was one of the fish people, but it was like maneuvering like a dog.
Hmm.
It was like on
Hmm.
all fours.
Yeah.
Also, they gave the exposition about like Cthulhu and all that through like an animated comic book look, and I thought that was really a good way to get through it.
I
It
wish
was,
they had done the whole movie that way.
I mean, yeah, but that's expensive. As cool as it'd be, that's super expensive.
Yeah.
and-
I also think that was a very good way to do an exposition drop.
All right, the dislikes. I wasn't a fan of some of the jokes. And like I understand it's a 2009 film. It was I'm not like I get it. I just thought like there's other ways to keep it more original. So like the rape jokes and the weird homophobic air between Paul, like Charlie and Paul.
Yeah, but here's the like I know like the homophobic thing. I thought the gag was going to be at the end of the movie. Charlie realizes he has such chaotic bisexual energy. He does end up dating Paul.
That was actually where I was gonna go with it. So thanks for finding my saying my fix for me. It's fine, but like that would have been better. But instead, nah. I mean, it's a 2009
Yeah.
film. I'm not holding it against. Like, I'm not gonna hold it against it. There were tons of movies back then that had the same jokes. What else?
Was he
Jeff
even
was-
homophobic?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
I
like.
mean, he
well,
was just like, I don't swing that way. That's
yeah,
all
but he
said.
kept
Well,
making it like weird, making off little comments here
Well,
and there.
And Paul was only talking about like having actual friends because he got bullied in high school. And then Charlie's like, as soon as Jeff gets back in the car after being almost molested by the hotel dude, he's like, Paul's gay.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought that was a funny. Like, I thought that part was kind of funny, but like, I don't know. I thought I could try to swing the joke a little
Okay.
differently.
I guess.
I thought the
That was
gay
the
part
only one I
funny.
could remember off the top
There was
of
a
my
bit
head.
more beforehand where he keeps pushing like I'm not gay though, like don't, it's fine, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
take it
it's like
'cause
Paul's trying to have a human, like a person to person
that's
connection.
that
and-
part. The Paul's gay was a good like end to
uh-huh.
that, but I didn't like the middle.
Yeah.
Jeff was boring. Like I don't know if I said that one. Also, Charlie isn't that fun until Paul shows up, and I also don't get how Charlie and Jeff are friends, because Jeff just kind of pushes Charlie down. Like I don't know. It feels like they don't have anything in common.
Jeff doesn't have anything.
Yeah,
Period.
but even then, he doesn't have anything in common with Charlie. All right, here's the fixes. They're not too long.
I actually believed them as friends.
Really?
Yeah. Because it just seemed like, friend banter kind of stuff.
I mean, that part's fine. It's more like I don't see the similar. There's nothing in common. Like friends fight, I get that and disagree, but it just felt like he wasn't even gonna do the comic thing until like he needed an excuse to not hang out with the girl he likes.
I agree with Hector on that one.
No, like I get friends fight. I've done it. Ed,
No,
you and
no,
I,
like-
we've fought on the podcast.
Yeah,
you
no,
argue
not
on the
fight, but like
podcast.
banter. It just seemed, a lot of it just seemed like banter, and like it seemed like Jeff was like a comic book nerd earlier. He just kind of dropped that later while Charlie didn't.
Maybe that could be a way to look at it. I didn't see
Yeah.
it because he didn't know anything about the comics or anything. Here's my fixes. So Jeff used to bully the shit out of Paul, right? Why not Charlie also?
Like, wait,
Because
why not-
I want him to Jeff, what?
just for clarification, why did Jeff not also bully Charlie, or why did Charlie also not bully
This is a
Paul?
no. This is a fix.
No.
Why
I'm just
doesn't
asking
Jeff-
for clarification on what you're saying.
Jeff, why didn't Jeff also bully Charlie?
Mm.
Because he's already, because like, okay, when we think of Lovecraft as a person, what do we think of him as? Like, join me in on this.
A horrible racist.
A horrible racist,
That yeah, get that out of the way first.
a beta male cuck. I'm joking.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was.
He was married for a time, but then his aunts convinced him to leave his wife and go back to his closet. Well, not his closet. That comes off weird. Move back with them, and they will fund his lifestyle because he got disowned.
Yeah, I've not seen his history. He's a loser. Like, he's a good he's a fun writer in some aspects. Other than the if you can excuse the racism. That's gonna bite me in the ass.
If you look past the racism to the actual content of his writing,
it's decent.
Yeah, it's fun.
But he's a loser, right? Like, I would be surprised if the dude was like a skinny little dude who, like,
I mean, he was.
He was, but like, if he couldn't lift, so why not have Jeff be like kind of like a bully who hates nerds, and he's the son of and then he's like the descendant of Lovecraft. I don't know. It feels hilarious.
Chugs a White Claw.
Chugs a White Claw with Nos at the same time.
Injects himself with steroid.
I didn't think he's gonna be a bodybuilder. I think if we're gonna keep Jeff,
This is gonna be a meathead.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a meathead. So they aren't friends in the beginning. But they're friendly enough. But Jeff,
They live together though.
They can just be roommates.
I'm changing it.
Okay.
They're friendly enough, but just chastises Charlie for doing so much nerdy shit like the comic books and tells him that he needs to get laid. Charlie starts to tell him the exact same story as the last time he was about to get laid, but then he accidentally reveals the part where it stopped. Yes, Ed?
Isn't going down on a girl getting laid at least a little bit?
A little bit, but remember how that whole thing stopped is that he dropped the toy dropped on her,
and then she left.
And then she left because he was more worried about the toy than her.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking
that's obvious.
I mean, yeah, but
God, if one of my Warhammer minis falls on a girl, I'm gonna look at the Warhammer mini first.
Rest in peace, Ed's love life.
Only if she listens to this episode.
Oh, I'm gonna tell her to find this episode first. You kidding me?
Send an anonymous link.
Anonymous link. Not if I just show it to her first.
Self-sabotage, love it.
Yeah.
So Jess starts to give him a hard time about it, but then he feels a little bad because he's trying to be better from when he was in high school, but he still has those tendencies. So he's inviting Charlie to his house for food, mainly for help selling the gift baskets because they're marketers now. It's also like, hey, help me out with this. I'll also buy you dinner because I feel bad, kind of thing. I'll make you dinner. So the exposition has the same shit with the comic book, and everything's the same. I think the reason that, I guess to think of a good reason why Charlie would have the comic book with him is he was already reading it. Or not, that's too redundant. Maybe he's like, oh, I was actually gonna give these away because they seem kind of lame. I wasn't a fan of them anymore.
Or what if he just bought it, and he forgot it in the trunk?
Oh yeah, that too. So they're trying to figure out where to go, right? Now, so we're coming to them, the Star Spawn kills the professor and they're running away. They're driving away. And it's like, where do we go? And then Charlie's like, I play D&D with Paul. Wait, the guy whose legs or arms I broke? Yeah. Maybe he'll make some jokes at him like, rolling dice won't help you look like less of a nerd, right? Some stupid joke like that. This was not a good example.
No, I get where you're going.
Yeah, but
you expect gains if you're rolling some stupid dice.
I that's hilarious, but gains was not a thing back in 2009, and I can't remember. And considering back in 2009, I wasn't.
Maybe try some 50-pound dice.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So then, Jeff shits on Paul. Movie starts going the same for a little bit. Jeff will shit on Paul at first. Well, Paul's getting ready to help them. Then he again starts to feel a little bad. Then they're all driving, all three of them. Jeff gets annoyed with Charlie and Paul nerding out during the car ride. And as he's driving, and he just tells him, "Hey, I'm the driver. Shut the fuck up," right? So it's awkward for a bit. So I think after the hotel shit, where they can't get they're just driving, they start talking about comic books again. And then Jeff is the one who gets the idea of gorillas helping the fish samurai. So for context, for people who don't want to see this movie, which you should,
Cowards.
It's on Amazon. Charlie and Paul were talking about like Charlie wanted to make a comic about fish samurai, but it's like, where do they get the metal? How do they build it if they have fins? And then someone's like, what if the gorillas who have with opposable thumbs help them? It's like, that's amazing, which was really funny. So I'm like, why not have Jeff be the one who finishes the idea? And that way he's starting to bond. And then the rest of the movie will play out the same. I didn't have a problem with the rest of it. Also, the captain's trauma.
Wait, question?
Sorry, yeah.
Are you still gonna have the hotel guy be really creepy?
I don't
like the way he is.
I don't know. I think he's just trying to get them to stay. And at first it comes across that way, but then you realize, oh.
Well, he gave
Maybe
off some
not
very rapey vibes.
Maybe not rapey, but he's more thirsty.
Okay.
So like how girls react with Henry Cavill on interviews.
I don't watch Henry Cavill interviews.
Well, I just watch like the super.
Because then I'm thirsty. So
yeah, I watched the supercut of like Henry Cavill interviews, and oh my god, some of these women
they crawled through
calm
the Sahara.
down. They're so thirsty that even Henry Cavill in these interviews was like, I want out. I could be playing World of Warcraft right now. But yeah, maybe just make the guy at the hotel just thirsty.
Yeah, he's thirsty. He's thirsty. So the captain's trauma wasn't like funny enough. Also, like with many movies like Shape of Water, Venom, it has proven there's a lot of monster fuckers in the world. There's a lot of them. There's so many people who would let Venom. There's so many people who would let Venom lick them all over. Okay,
inside and outside.
Yeah, and I liked the captain's trauma. I thought it was hilarious.
Well, I changed the trauma.
Reason.
I did change it. That's fine. I get it. It's funny, but I did change the trauma. So here's the thing. So he fell in love with a merman who, again, used his slimy tongue all over him. The merman was killed, and he went to the desert to protect his newborn son, Gary.
Wait, merman or maid?
No, merman.
Alien biology.
It's biology. I'm not going to question it.
Okay.
So here's another idea I had. He had a merman friend who was killed, and then he was left half blind because of whatever the attack was with an eye patch, and he's half mad from all the cosmic shit. Gary isn't even a mer person. He's just a dude being held captive by Captain Olaf. So how does he die? He's left drowning because he's left so dehydrated that he just stays under the water, dunked under the water, right? And the thing is, Charlie puts his head under the sink because he's like, oh shit, he's a merman. He has gills. So it doesn't, and then once he dies, they come off, and he's like, oh shit, they were sewed on. Oof. The last idea is that the captain was forced to eat one of the fish people he killed, and now and then Gary was like a little kid, and he's just letting him grow older for the prime eating age, just ready to eat him. I don't know.
That's some gnarly stuff.
I thought it'd be funny. I hate laughing at my own jokes, but I thought it'd be funny. Like, it's just so out there. If Olaf survived being mad, show it. Also, the movie had did you mention the gun safety thing like you said you were going to mention, or no?
Oh, the gun safety PSA?
Yeah.
Right, they put the gun in the gun. They put their guns in the pants.
No. Like, Olaf didn't. Another thing I did like, Olaf was he
that was so funny.
So he's like, he put the bullets in another part of the plate.
Yeah, he put them outside by the trash can.
Yeah, like it was funny. It led to a funny situation, but it was also like really good way to deal with that if you have to. Don't keep it. I don't know. This was funny.
It was also because he was
Yeah, I know.
It was
No, I know, but like it was just a good way
separating.
Yeah, no, that's a smart thing to do. Like realistically.
I mean, that is actual gun safety. Maybe not like outside, but you're not supposed to keep.
No, but he was also keeping it away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
okay.
It's a smart way of doing it. The last thing I want to fix is Charlie giving Paul shit for possibly being gay, is because he secretly has a crush on Paul. So like, I know the message is like, if you're being bullied for being gay, it's not like, you know, if you're being bullied for being gay, it's because the other guy's gay. Is the bully's gay? Is not a good message. So I'm not trying to send that. So it's like, it's not giving him a lot of shit. It's more like he makes jokes about Paul being gay.
He
But then he
wasn't
just keeps.
bullied for being gay. He was
He
bullied
was-
for
he
being a
started getting
nerd.
No,
real
but it's a
shit.
trope. Like if you're a lot of like homophobic people, they're homophobic because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
secretly gay.
So, and I'm not saying he was like bully, but some of the jokes were like a little like starting to get a little weird. So I thought I'd kind of lean into that in a different way. So it's like Charlie is giving him a lot of shit for being gay. He makes jokes about Paul being gay, but the longer it keeps going, it's way too specific and it gets hornier and hornier. The longer, like, and he's like out of breath by like the end, right? The last of the jokes, like it's pretty fucking obvious. And then when the captain mentions having a merman who did the grinding Nemo on him, Charlie looks at Paul. I don't wait for Ruby. It's just looking at me like, what the hell, Hector? So when it's getting some tears in his eyes. So when he's mentioning that whole thing of like, I had a fishman lover, Charlie's looking at Paul and just kind of biting his lip. Ruthie, you good?
Just like this,
Yeah, like that. Like Ed's doing like
side-eyeing him.
Like a side eye's half smolder.
Ed's doing it, and it kind of looks like if SpongeBob was trying to be. I'm sorry. He's doing like he's exaggerating to the point it looks like SpongeBob trying to give the bite like the sexy lip smolder thing. Oh, Ruthie, no! No! Fuck. That's all I have. I just wanted to.
All right, my
I'm
turn.
ready.
Okay, so it was refreshing getting to see 2000s humor again in a movie.
Oh, it is. There's
It's so nice. It's so nice. Like I understand it's not okay now. Times change. Yeah, whatever. But like, it's humor. Anyways, yeah, it was refreshing for like, because I don't think it was in bad taste. All the like homophobic jokes and stuff. I thought it was pretty funny, and it was like, yeah, 2000s product of its time. But like, still, I thought it was kind of good. Movie was overall much funnier than I expected. Movie overall was not as garbage as I expected, because it's not bad. It's just like you can tell it's very amateur, but they did the best they could do with being amateur. They didn't like hit above their weight, is what I'm saying.
I think the thing holding it back more was the budget, and they did. The
Yeah,
best
yeah,
with the budget they
definitely.
had.
But like, maybe if they had more of a budget, they would try and do more and more. I think the budget really grounded it and set it in this kind of perfect way for this amateur kind of film.
Yeah, for sure.
It's overall, just I wouldn't really change much. You made me realize that Jeff was very one-dimensional. I really liked Charlie as a character and actor. What would I change?
Charlie's the most successful, I think, out of the main crew.
I'm sure I've seen Jeff somewhere else though, that actor.
Paul has been he's been background characters in a bunch of stuff. He was in Community, he was in The Office, he was in the original Red Dead. He played a lot of background characters like in Community, The Office, and the original Red Dead.
Red Dead Revolver?
No, Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
I always forget Red Dead Revolver's a thing.
Yeah, same.
Yep. Revolver exists.
I think Paul's character Michael in Community did talk.
Oh, okay.
Because I could have sworn he had a few actually funny jokes. I could be wrong though.
Honestly, like the exposition dump was like a good way of doing it, but like even then, like you really need that much exposition. I don't know.
I see what you're saying, because like if anyone's gonna watch this, it's Lovecraft fans. They don't need.
Well, I think.
Okay. No, but like you didn't need like
all
that backstory.
I think they were trying to give that backstory for people who weren't Lovecraft fans because they were trying to reach a larger audience.
Yeah, I don't know.
That makes sense.
I didn't. Oh, well, I learned stuff from that. I didn't know that there were like the old ones went to the mountain. I didn't know that was a thing.
I think they changed some stuff
they
too.
changed a couple things. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to like re-listen to the Lovecraft audiobooks, but as far as I know, the Cthulhu was like a priest of the old ones. He wasn't working against them. They were fighting something, but I don't think it was him and those gods. But yeah, it was kind of accurate, at least from what I remember.
Okay.
No, yeah, I agree. I know Cthulhu, like I said, was a priest. I'm like, this is a bit different. Whatever, it's fine. It's better than some other Lovecraft movies.
Yeah, better than some other actual Cthulhu Mythos movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the Star Spawn.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just, I guess, yeah, if you want to have like a villain, but it was so like weird going from like the professor to like these two dudes, and then like he shows up. I don't know.
Oh, he showed up the problem is that he showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, you broke into my apartment. Movie's funny, at least.
Yeah.
Super funny. I don't know if I would change anything at all. It's so amateur. It's perfect how it is. It's campy and stuff. I will say, yeah, the little homophobic thing in the car was a little it was super cringy. For cringe humor. I would change it though, because it was a little weird.
Like Hector was right. Like the very end with like Paul's gay, like, especially because the Tony says it and it's like, Mom, he's poking me.
See, that part was funny.
Yeah, that was the fun one. But
the ones before, the lead up to it was just bad.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a friendship bracelet.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. I just also felt bad for Paul.
Yeah.
Too, but like even then, it didn't seem as funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Paul breaking both his arms again is like hilarious.
My
it's
arms
like
are broken. There's dynamite on my dick. I don't like this. Oh, yeah. I. The only thing is like, yeah, when they met Captain Olaf, it did that kind of thing that a lot of comedy movies do nowadays, where they stay on one guy just telling joke after joke after joke, and it gets a little overbearing.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of a Weasel or TJ Miller, right?
Yeah.
In Deadpool, where he's like saying the same joke, saying different jokes about how Wade looks like. It's like, you look like an old avocado fucked an older, uglier avocado kind of thing. And he just keeps doing all those jokes.
Yeah.
My favorite was the topographical map of Utah. That one was actually funny. But the old avocado one was like,
I know, but like it's just that he said like 5 jokes on that, and it's just over and over, and it's just like, it's like, come on, move on. Like,
my dream
get
is
it.
just...
it feels patty, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I felt like with Olaf. Yes.
My dream is to see the I know the footage got destroyed, but I do want to see how far that joke went, because they're improving. I want to see how far it went.
Oh yeah, the footage got destroyed of it?
Footage got destroyed. Supposedly they went way too far. It might be a marketing stunt that they said that. I don't know, but like I am curious.
Also, TJ Miller doesn't have a filter anymore, so who knows?
I mean, I would be surprised if like Ryan Reynolds also said some shit. He should have, not to the TJ Miller's level, but I would not be surprised. Because he has I've seen, from what I can tell, he has a pretty good wit about him.
Yeah, Ryan's funny. Yeah, I would change the Olaf thing. I would.
How do you change it?
Just cut it a little bit short.
Oh, less of the same joke. Okay.
Less of like the whole fish rapey stuff. More screen time for Gary.
Like all the people are doing really cool action stuff. Cut to
Gary's
Gary.
He's
just
doing like a gasping for breath thing.
For like a fish, like opening and closing the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we did videos sometimes for stuff like this.
Yeah, and also they're friends, all right? And I believed it also because Jeff actually bought him a fucking comic book for his birthday. Like
Okay,
he's
that is a
actually
fair
like
point.
That's a
he's
fair
actually
point.
like supporting or like giving him stuff that he knows this guy likes, even though he doesn't like it.
That's fair. I did forget about that.
Yeah.
part.
This movie is better than comedy movies coming out today. Like
Damn.
honestly,
Hot take.
it
That's a very
is.
hot take.
It's funnier than all of the comedy movies for sure.
French Dispatch. I just
Than
start
other
watching.
comedy movies.
What do you say?
All right, than other comedy movies.
I'd say super. I was about to say Superbad. I'm like, wait, no, that's the last one of that generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
man,
haven't
I
seen
heard
that
she
one.
got
Oh,
breast
Superbad's so-
reduction surgery. What? That's like slapping God in the face. She had back problems, dude.
fucking Superbad.
I need to see that movie.
It's really funny.
That's. I think that scene is in the very beginning of the movie.
It sets the tone for the rest of the movie. It's great.
It's so fucking. She had back problems, dude. The way he says.
Anything
2000s
else?
humor is my thing.
Yeah, it was. It's there. I will admit, there's some humor now that isn't as edgy, unless you know where to look.
Yeah.
I think the last Bastion of it's
Deadpool's like the edgiest one. It's not even that bad.
It's Always Sunny.
Well, I don't know. Like the
Oh,
edgy.
Sunny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the newest season. I just finished it, and holy shit!
Sunny's
was-
pretty
Yeah,
funny.
I watched an episode with Hector. A couple.
yeah, the new season. Ooh boy.
Oof.
I think that's the last Bastion of it, though. But
Yeah.
it's also like it shows that they're not in the right, though. And I'm not gonna go over that.
Also, why did the Star Spawn like murder the cult?
To show he's evil.
Because they weren't fishy enough.
One of
No,
them
but he
was a half breed.
But he was a half breed. He wasn't a full
Oh.
breed.
Also, he said the other ones were hungry. So,
No.
The
but it's also
the
like
Shadow over Innsmouth people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, again, it's just like I'm.
Oh yeah,
evil,
and
look
I
at me.
liked the color out of space drop. Like
Yeah, the color out of
Mhm.
space drop. Gary was a reference to the color to Shadow over Innsmouth, Mountains of Madness. I guess
I miss
what?
I miss the Innsmouth reference.
Because he was slowly turning into a fish person.
Right.
Mhm.
I know. I just didn't connect it until now for some reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
The whole movie is kind of like a reference to Call of Cthulhu because like Cthulhu's in his temple, and that's spoilers. The last third of the book
Was
talking about
holy
that.
shit. Was it was 1,000 years back.
What?
Cthulhu was in the lair for over 1,000 years, right?
More than 1,000.
Never mind, because I was thinking like I feel like it's a missed opportunity that the captain wasn't the one whose ship crashed onto Cthulhu, made it go back down. That feels like a very missed
I
opportunity.
like that. I'm co-opting that for my fixes.
I wish they had.
oh, I wish they had a name drop of Shub-Gigaroth. Because I don't know. I really like that mythos of that thing, the goat. The bear.
It would have been cool if they had mentioned like I think it's Azathoth, the blind idiot god.
I've never heard of that one actually.
Really?
Really?
Well, according
No,
to the
what's that one?
Cthulhu mythos, everything that we know is reality is actually the dream of this blind idiot god, Azathoth. And if he ever wakes up, reality as we know it will cease to exist.
Oh shit.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
So he's a blind idiot.
Who is in perpetual sleep.
Nice. And
if
if
he
he ever
ever-
wakes up, we just cease existing.
Yes, because reality is gone. Reality is his dream.
Crazy.
I believe he's like the king. He's like the king, and Shub-Gigaroth is the queen of the mythos.
Tell me where he's mentioned because I have the whole H.P. Lovecraft collection on my
I
Kindle.
have no clue. I have just heard of him
Oh.
in
Ed, there's this magic thing called Google. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I'm a boomer, all right. No, but yeah, I like this movie. It was funny. Yeah, for nowadays thing, the humor was a little, but I enjoyed it. It was refreshing.
Yeah, I'm not saying the
Um,
movie should get canceled or anything. It's just like I just thought, like even back then, I didn't find those jokes as funny. I mean, I did laugh at one or two of the fish.
I also liked when the Star Spawn first shows up to the cult and the guy's like looks at his shirt, it's fucking unicorn with stuff, and he's like, I like your shirt. This movie had like the product of its time and just like my kind of humor, like stupid bullshit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not alone. I don't usually like when people use, like, for example, the R slur, but there's a scene where like the grandma or the Paul is talking with his grandma and he says like, please don't call me the R slur, and she's like, why? You look like one.
I thought that one was no, like it. This is like, yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I
missed
laughed way
that.
too
What
hard
the
at that
fuck?
scene.
It was in the trailer too.
Yeah,
What?
Because he was like, Grandma, please don't call me like the R slur like you always do.
and then he like called her like a bitch or something and gave her a kiss on the forehead.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tag yourself, I'm peanut butter whore.
Right, he called her a peanut butter whore. That was it. And then he kissed her on the forehead.
and then like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the movie's great.
God, movie was great.
I might watch this again, honestly. Not with
Yeah,
Ruth
and I
there, 'cause she
loved-
doesn't want to watch it, but
No, I'll watch it again. You guys are turning me around on it.
all
Yeah.
right.
I really wouldn't change too much. I'd also cut the sequel bait bullshit.
Yeah, it's a little
But
sad.
I do want, like, I've never read Mountain of Madness.
I really like listening to Mountain of Madness. I don't know. I like the audiobook.
Oh,
I think I
I
have
have
it. I need
it.
to read it.
I might read it later.
I like it. The middle is really boring, but when it ramps up, ooh.
Yeah, because I don't know if you know of Darkest Dungeon. They came out with a second one, and it's about the it's called Red Hook Studios. Red Hook.
Oh, so they're
Yeah, it's all Lovecraft, and
Okay.
I've never heard of Darkest
They go to
Dungeon.
the-
Ed. Tell me more.
yeah.
Don't
And
tempt him.
the second one is the Mountain of Madness. They go to the mountain and they fight a big brain that's got padlocks all over it.
Oh, neat. Well, Mountain of Madness, the first like 4 hours is a lot of exposition, and the last 2 hours of the audiobook, I should say, is a lot of like, ooh. So Azathoth might be mentioned in there, but there is a lot of exposition into the mythos. Also, side note, fun fact, / padding for the podcast. It was really funny because when H.P. Lovecraft wrote this, Google obviously wasn't a thing, but like he wrote it, and the story takes place entirely in Antarctica, but it's got a normal day-night cycle. So he's just like the narrator is like, yeah, so in the day we just like we traveled, and then like during the night we got attacked by this monster, and then it was day again. So it's like, was time loopy, or is it just really
The Eldritch
You know?
beings, man.
Yeah.
They do weird stuff.
yeah, I don't know, it was interesting for me, like, because I've listened to it a couple times, like,
Well,
wait a second, hold up.
Antarctica
Can have long days and long
they
nights.
they have day and night cycles, but the entire winter is night and the entire summer is day.
Yeah.
It's like 6 months.
Yeah.
So when he says we spent a day traveling,
No.
and then during the night, yeah,
Oh,
A
and
good
it
constitution
actually
roll,
says
Tuesday.
during the night.
yeah, like the night fell, and then we were attacked, and then the morning we went and saw what attacked, and it was
They had good
Maybe they weren't
constitution rolls.
actually in Antarctica. They transported to some eldritch
that's actually
plane
a
of
good theory.
existence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What did you say? Sorry.
Oh, I was saying like, earlier I was saying like, well, Ruthie, they had good constitution.
No,
That they can run for 6 months. They can travel for 6 months nonstop.
those
Is the
doggies-
Mountain of Madness actually a mountain, or is it like?
It's a mountain series of mountain ranges that are
Oh.
bigger than a Mount Everest.
Ooh.
Oh. So it isn't just one mountain?
Yeah, it's like a
Hence-
bunch of mountains.
Oh.
Mountains.
Anyways, likes.
Anyways, you.
I liked, because I'm you know me, huge giga nerd, can't shut up about these kinds of things. The opening scenes of this movie reminded me of JoJo Part 3.
All right, because they find the relic.
Yeah,
they
because it's the
found-
two fishing guys off the coast of the Mediterranean, and they fish and they find something that they shouldn't, and then they all disappear mysteriously. Come on.
Good job not spoiling it.
Come on.
Yeah.
I liked the animation. I thought it was really good. Were budget not a constraint, I would have fixed it by saying make it animated because pretty.
Oh, the whole movie?
Yeah. Like Hector was saying, I liked the monster designs. They were fun and mostly practical and really well done, except for the really derpy fish monster on the
Those made it
beach.
better for me.
I didn't like it at the time, but maybe it's growing on me now, or maybe I'm getting I don't know, Stockholmed into it by you two.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressured, maybe. Half peer pressure, half Stockholm. I liked the gun safety PSA. The CGI gore was kind of fun.
That's the best. That was really fun.
Oh, and I liked Paul's grandma. Dislikes. The quote that they used at the very beginning of the movie before they descended into JoJo, I didn't like it.
Oh, the H.P. Lovecraft quote?
Yeah, it was so boring. Like, I don't know, the way Lovecraft always begins, at least the ones that I've listened to, he always likes to begin them with these really wild, rambly things. Like, they could have pulled something from Call of Cthulhu, or they could have done the opening monologue from the Dunwich Horror. That would have been a good one for this movie. I felt like the one that they did was kind of basic bitch territory.
Was it an actual interview with him?
I have no idea.
Oh, I can't remember.
It could have been made up entirely. It didn't sound like him.
Now I want to read my favorite opening passage to Lovecraft.
Lot of exposition. I loved how animated it was, but it did kind of like drag on just a little bit, kind of near the end. Like, I get Charlie was having a good time, but like, come on, pick it up. Ed, I'm sorry. I know you said you like Charlie. I wrote exactly, I cannot underscore how much I hate Charlie. At least in the first half of the movie, he was like, I don't know, he was such a dick. Especially like in the office, the opening office scene with Jeff and Charlie did neither of them favors, like for the audience liking their characters, at least for me.
I kind of like they were assholes starting off. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a Just Always Sunny fan though, so I'm used to that.
Some of the dialogue was not great.
Like what?
I can't remember, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you write that one while watching the movie?
Yes.
That's fair.
There were some bits where it was like kind of clunky.
I can't see that.
And there was some like meta jokes that I did like, I will say. Like, I kind of referenced this in a fix I did later, but at the very beginning of the movie, there's the professor and he's talking with another like more tenured professor. And the tenured professor is like, you need to go find Jeff. He's the last Lovecraft. He's the MacGuffin you need to find to save the day. And the professor's like, but I've been here like 10 years less than you guys. I'm probably just gonna die in 3 days, right? And the other professor says, yeah, definitely. Good luck. I don't know. There was some good jokes. That's what I'm trying to say. The Beach Deep one looked really bad. I harped on that as much as I could. And I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the fish rape monologue as much. I liked Hector's fix with the grinding Nemo. On to my fixes. I kind of didn't like just like how random it was. Like, oh, we're a secret society. Oh, we have omnipotent knowledge of everything plot related. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking, I don't know.
You don't like the Lovecraft? Oh, the society that keeps on this?
The Miskatonic University, they have like, I don't know. I didn't like how they just instantly knew that Jeff existed. I don't know. I thought that was kind of lame. So in my mind, what they could have done was when Paul was in high school, he was friends with Jeff and Charlie, and for shits and giggles, for one day, he did a genealogy of Lovecraft, because at one point Lovecraft was married to a woman, and the two of them had to move away because she got a job, and then his aunts had courted him back, and then he lived with them for the rest of his life.
And this part's real.
This is the actual history.
Yeah, to make sure for the audience.
Yes. So
he could have had a child.
It is possible he could have had a child.
Mm.
So in my mind, what happened was Paul did the research, found out he did have a wife, find out, oh, the wife had mysterious child, adopted a nephew, because that's kind of what you did back then. And then he like traced the genealogy and he got really excited and he told Jeff. And Jeff got like really weirded out / insecure / whatever high schooler emotions. And that's what started him bullying Paul. At the same time,
he can't be related to a bitch ass nerd, can he?
Exactly. So he told, not only did he tell Jeff, he also sent that in as his acceptance letter to Miskatonic University, like his essay.
Oh no.
And for some reason, Miskatonic like totally wrote him off. It could have been, oh shit, we're a secret society, he found us out, or this guy submitted an essay, this 500-word essay as an actual graphic novel. No. Or even just like, this is atrocious grammar. I don't know. Either of any of those options.
It's in papyrus font.
Ban him from every institution ever.
Comic Sans. Make him the dean.
Break his arms and his legs if it's Comic Sans.
Ruthie.
So yeah, at the beginning of the movie, it's like, we didn't know there was a Lovecraft, but there is one. If you contact this guy, Paul, he can help you find the real the heir to Lovecraft, and maybe he'll be able to withstand the madness or whatever.
Can I say something?
What?
I actually really like the whole him giving his 500-word essays as graphic novels. Like, actually,
I felt
really
like that
funny.
fit his character.
That is a 2000s level humor. Like, in a weird way, you kind of got it.
Thank you. I would get rid of the scene with Jeff and Charlie at their work. It's awful, and it doesn't do their characters any favors. Like I said, it makes Charlie look like an asshole, and Jeff looks like an actual mannequin. So I don't know.
What?
And it makes him seem like he just seems like unhuman. He looks like Jeff. It reminds me of what's his face, Facebook guy.
Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah, Mark.
The lizard.
Yes, he gives me Mark Zuckerberg vibes in that scene.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
now,
get rid of it.
Okay.
Like, they're driving on the way home. They're like bitching to each other about what went wrong about the way, and you can Flanderize that scene just 10% and it would sound like two people bitching about their days, you know?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
While they're on the way home, Charlie gets like a phone call, and he's like, or like Charlie gets some kind of reminder. He's like, right, Jeff, I forgot to tell you. You remember Paul from high school? And Jeff's like, yeah, the one who kept saying I was related to Lovecraft and then I bullied him. What about him? He's like, oh, well, Paul wanted to get in contact with you. And here's what I kind of wrote. Because again, remember that joke at the beginning of the movie. So Charlie tells Jeff, hey, you remember that guy we used to bully in high school? He reached out to us recently. Jeff, oh, is he finally seeking therapy and ready to confront me for all the terrible things I did and better himself? No, he just said that there's a guy here and he's here to protect you from a fish cult. Ah, yeah, let's not meet up then. So like the two of them decide to like ghost Paul. As they're driving away, they find the fish cult. And I actually had the idea, like, they're driving by and they're like, oh, look, a weird guy, like a weird LARPy guy. He's like in a fish costume. And that's when they find the professor because they hit him with their car mid battle. I don't know. That's all I have. But yeah, then they get to Paul's. And so then you get rid of the Paul disbelieving thing.
Okay, yeah.
Because he was the one who was first introduced. Or
keep the scene with the Silicon Valley dude.
Absolutely. No, I want to change as little about the stuff in the grandma house as possible. The only thing I want to get rid of is like Paul being like, "Oh, that's a fake. I don't believe it." Bleh. No, he's like,
"I have a replica, man."
Yeah, just nah. But yeah,
all right,
that's pretty good.
This movie was better than I thought it would be, and more enjoyable than I thought it would be. It's still kind of bad, but
it's bad in a good way.
Yeah. And I wouldn't call it bad. It's just amateur. That's what it is.
It's not my cup of tea.
I don't see how that's my problem.
No. Cut it. Say it one more time.
It wasn't my cup of tea.
I forgot the part where that's my problem.
Oh, that's
the Raimi meme. I know you're going for the
Raimi meme. Yeah.
That's the Raimi meme. You gotta get it right.
I forgot the. Yeah. C.
No, I'd agree. It's a C.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking like C plus B minus. I had a more fun time with this movie than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, it's like the best they could do with what they had. And it's like the best amateur movie I've seen.
In your
Well,
life?
There's Blair Witch Project, so never mind.
Yeah, I'd say Blair Witch Project's pretty fun, and it did kind of start a genre.
Yeah,
I've never seen Blair Witch.
See, I watched-
Project. Hey, make sure you say Project because there is a movie called Blair Witch.
True.
Oh,
See, I
Yeah.
saw the CinemaSins Blair Witch Project too many times before I actually watched Blair Witch Project. And it got to the point where I was like Pavloved. So I kept laughing because I'd remember the CinemaSins.
Oh.
was this
I
back when
remember
Simpsons
I
was still good,
watched-
like really good.
Huh?
Was back when Simpsons was really good?
Yeah.
Okay.
When
makes
did-
sense.
Yeah, I think I saw Blair Witch Project like the year after it came out or something like that. And
Ed?
Hmm?
Blair Witch Project's old.
It's from the 90s.
it's from the 90s? No
Yeah.
fucking way.
Are you thinking of a different movie? Because you're our
No.
age.
Yeah, no, Boomerang did a Scooby-Doo riff off Blair Witch Project.
Oh, it's
in the-
1999. Yeah, so never mind. I saw it in like 2012 or 13, I think. Then. Right after Paranormal Activity started coming out. Because I researched that. It's like, oh, it's Blair Witch Project style. I'm like, oh, a horror movie?
Who's next pick?
Wait, do we not
was
do,
next
talk
pick?
about what we've seen or anything?
Oh, okay.
No.
What we've seen?
seen
Yeah.
or and
Watch Arcane. Everybody watch Arcane right now. Power comes to those who would do anything to get it, to attain it.
Nice. First take. Hector and I watched the QAnon documentary at my behest. I also made Hector start watching Columbo.
QAnon? You just made Hector start watching what?
Columbo.
Columbo. The fuck is Columbo?
What?
what?
Columbo is like
It's a reverse whodunit. The detective already knows who did it. You
Yeah.
see the person
Well-
to commit the crime. The whole thing is Columbo making the person try to reveal how they did it,
so
even though he already knows.
Peter Falk, who's the actor of Columbo, he describes the process of the murderer being caught like being being nibbled on by a duck. So the way it works is you watch the entire murder happen, and then Columbo comes onto the scene like a third of the way into the movie, or
Episode.
the first two episodes are technically movies, but he comes onto the scene and he plays a bumbling idiot, like, look at that. I dropped my pen. Hey, would you look at that? Isn't that weird?
One more
Huh.
thing.
Yeah, just one more thing. Have you considered you're the murderer?
It's a lot. We're underselling it, but it's
Yeah,
a lot
there's
more
a-
interesting than it.
My mom
think.
used to watch it when I was a kid, and I saw a bunch of memes on it on YouTube, and I was like, Hector, I want to rewatch Columbo with you. And I asked my mom, and she threw all the DVDs at me. So
We're forced to get.
we're
through 'em all
forced to
quickly.
watch them all.
Just watch Arcane.
We already did.
I'm talking to the audience.
Ed literally kidnapped us in our own home and made us watch Arcane.
Basically, yeah.
And he still hasn't even finished his end of the deal.
We don't have to reveal that part in public, but yeah. What it
I'm
was.
shaming him.
Also, mine. I had a
Great,
weird
great,
time.
great.
I had a really weird week because I was like snowed in because of work. So what? I couldn't work because I was snowed in. So this is the last few weeks. So we took a bit of a break because of holidays.
Mhm.
I watched Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Good shit.
Good shit.
Ed, have you seen it?
Yes, twice.
Okay. Okay.
Twice?
Damn.
Yes. I
Damn.
saw it by myself, and then my brother wanted to see it.
Okay.
Nice.
Second thing I saw was the new Matrix movie.
I saw
Have you seen-
Nightmare Alley too.
You saw Nightmare Alley? How is it? It's good?
Really good.
Oh, fuck.
It didn't need to be as long as it was, but it's really good.
Hector wanted to watch it with you. I didn't want to watch it.
I'm up for watch. I get free movies. I can watch it again.
Last one. I played through all of Psychonauts 2 in like the span of like a week. It's just like, ugh. You guys, it was the true game of the year winner in my books.
It was really cute. I listened to him play it. I want to play it now.
It's
You know
so
what's a
good.
better game?
No, Ed.
What am I gonna say?
Let me guess. Darkest
wrong-
Dungeon.
A wrong answer. That's what you're gonna
No,
say.
that's the wrong answer. Yeah, but you know what's a better game?
Are you gonna say Smash Bros?
No, you saw me playing. You saw through Discord. You saw what game I was playing.
What?
I was paying attention.
You didn't see it?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, Beyond the Reach.
Into the Breach.
Into the Breach. I got it. Close enough.
That's a good ass game.
Ed has shit taste in games, everyone. He won't even finish Hollow Knight.
Excuse me?
He won't even finish Hollow Knight.
I'm into the Breach right now. All right, I'm too deep. I want to 100% the game. All right.
Afterwards, he won't even play Hollow Knight.
I just like my train game.
She's been playing Sunless Skies.
I got it.
I like my train.
It's my space train game where I get very scared.
Guys, if you like
I'm on
really
my way
good
there.
writing and level design, Psychonauts 2. Like, Jesus.
Psychonauts can go suck my.
You'll be sucking it. It's such a great game.
I'm never gonna play it.
Coward.
Your loss. Like, I'm saying this genuinely now. Like, character gone, your loss.
Nope. I'll stick with my Hades and Into the Breach.
Oh, Hades is fun.
Yeah, about Hades.
Oh, I beat it already. It's fun.
Wait, hold up. You beat Hades?
You can beat Hades.
Yeah.
It's like
So you 100%ed the game.
not 100%, but I beat
So
the
yeah,
story.
you didn't beat Hades.
beat
It's
the
a
story.
roguelike. Yes,
the
it's
story.
a roguelike. It's a roguelike. You replay it. It's for replayability.
Ed, I don't have the patience. I have so much ADHD. I can't play that game for that long.
Hades. You know how many times I've replayed the like story of Into the Breach?
I need to
I'll
move
take
on,
a
dude.
gander, a guess. No,
Hyper burn
69.
no. I'm probably gonna say around 40 playthroughs, finishing it, and like the first 6 were losses.
Play it 29 more times, please.
Play it 29 more times and then some. Yep. All right, next movie. Whose pick?
Ruthie picks
I want to do Just in Time. I think that one's good. I can check
In
it out.
Time, the one with Justin
Or-
Timberlake.
Oh yeah, In Time. I always call
Oh.
it Just in Time because Justin Timberlake is the main character. That's my
I've
first
seen
fix.
that movie.
I haven't seen it.
Do you think you can fix it, or do you want me to pick something else?
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Yes.
Perfect.
Now you get to fix it.
Currency is time.
Subtlety is a thing for cowards. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's more subtle than me calling it Just in Time because Justin.
That would have been
Timberlake is-
perfect.
I know they missed an opportunity, honestly.
Join us next time for Justin Timberlake in Time. Or in
Justin
Time
Timberlake's
featuring
in-
Justin Timberlake
Justin Timberlake's In Time for what?
to come.
Yeah, boy. Anyway.
I'm bringing sexy back. You want to get frosted tips?
The ramen noodle hair. Let's do it.
Yeah, bro. Next time, join us for me making fun of Justin Timberlake more.
I'm ready.
I'm down for that.
I swear he has frosted tips in the movie.
I haven't
I
seen.
wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, goodbye,
All right.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Today's film was The Last Lovecraft, Relic of Cthulhu, directed by Henry Sane. The screenplay was written by Devin McGinn. The cinematographer was Cameron Cannon. Go show some of their various social media accounts. They made a movie, which is more than we can say here.
Cthulhu.